What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Jacob. Uh, man, this week was pretty light, I want to say, and wasn't too impressed actually with all of the books, which is why this one is up here. I wanted to get right into this. This book, this one's called Mother of Madness. It's written by Emily Clark of Game of Thrones fame, the Mother of Dragons. This right here is the trash that I hate. I didn't even finish this book. This is the kind of stuff that if you're going to recommend something to me, stay away from this side of things. It was just, I don't know, it was boring. It was condescending. I think condescending is the right word I'm looking for. I'm not sure. But I did not like it. Did not like the subject matter. Did not like anything about this book. This one will probably wind up on eBay at some point. But I just wanted to get this one out of the way. This is the kind of trash that I stay away from. Alright. Essentia, number 6. This is from Wake Entertainment. I talked about this series multiple times. It started out great with this detective feel to it. A Tale of Two Cities vibe, where there's the higher ups that live in the ivory towers, and then there's the slums. And there was a mystery going on in the city of Essentia, which is where all the rich people live, and it was good. Like, there's a serial killer, but these last few issues, it's just been, I don't know, boring. They haven't really been talking about much, and I don't know. It was started out all right, and now it's kind of tapering off. I'm like, okay, where's this going? Can we get this over with? But I'll still probably pick up another couple, see where it goes. If it's still like this, I'll drop it. Right. Radiant Black. This is issue 6. These issues have been action-packed from one to this one. This one, we're finally learning essentially the backstory of who the person is in the red suit and why they're doing what they're doing. It was not as action-packed, but man, was it, the writing was fantastic. The story, we just got the backstory. It just moved along quick. And then, boom, it's done. And now I think we're getting into the other Radiant members next issue. Overall, great series. Highly recommend Radiant Black. Phage 1. This is Extreme Carnage 3 of 8, I believe. Again, the first 2 issues were just kind of meh. They were just kind of there. Now, this one, more of the same. Yeah. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just filler. It's a pull list filler. And I'll probably wind up getting the next one too. Who knows? Nightwing. This is issue 82, The Mystery of Melinda Zuko. Spoilers coming up here for this issue. The last issue. If you read the last issue, you finally find out who Melinda Zuko is. Turns out she is the sister of Dick Grayson, the unknown sister. And then this issue was the whole backstory of how that came about. Not a bad read. This series has been really good so far. This issue was kind of just a a little bit of a downslope for all the action that we've been getting lately. Can't blame them for it, but overall it's pretty good. Been a pretty good series. Nightwing. Darth Vader, issue 14, War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in. This is continuing from Darth Vader 13, which was a tie-in as well. This one was... I have been enjoying the Darth Vader series from the War of the Bounty Hunters tie-ins. I did not start at issue 1. And they were really good up until this one. This one was just boring. This one was awful. And Marvel, I don't know what you're doing as far as your printing goes, but man, your print quality has dropped a lot. Like, there's just massive amounts of error, like print errors in this book. Like pages bleeding onto other pages, and it was just bad. The paper is just super cheap, super thin. And I don't know what their quality people are doing, but man, they need to get it together. But War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt. This one was good. I enjoyed this one. We were introduced, at least to my knowledge, a new bounty hunter that Jabba works with. Also was forced to work with Boba Fett. And it does tie into the whole search for Fett thing in a backstory type of way. This issue probably should have came out maybe a month ago, because that's kind of where it falls in the timeline of the other issues. But still, a really good issue. Shadecraft, issue 5. I am so happy I stayed on this series. This one has been really good. It started out, this girl is in high school and she's being attacked by shadows. Well, we find out that she's not being attacked by shadows. She has the ability to control shadows. And her brother is a shadow creation. And we think we understand what was going on, that she created an image of her brother to protect her, which we learned that did not happen. That is actually her brother. And then there's this whole, I want to call them kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. from the Avengers. This whole group of people that were using people that could control shadows as agents. We go through and we find out that not only does this girl have the ability, her mom had the ability and was a secret agent working for this group of people. And I'm thinking her brother had the ability before he went into the coma, which is why he can come out as a shadow. But this issue wraps up, I believe they called it book 1. So it is going to continue on, but this is the end of the arc. They do wind up getting the brother and his shadow back together. Really good story. The family, the dynamic between the family is great, and I'm absolutely on board with this book. Can't wait for book 2. This is Shadecraft. Alien, issue 5. We finally get to see the alpha xenomorph in all of his glory. Which is this guy here. It kind of looks like a queen. This image doesn't exactly do it too much justice. I don't know if you can see that without it. There we go. Yeah, he's not just got like the head plate like the queen does, but it comes out in almost horns, like really cool looking. And we get a little more backstory on the the dad and his son and what's going on. The series has been really good overall. This one, another kind of lull in the action. But, they've been doing a really good job with the Alien franchise, and I was worried at first, but I think it's in good hands currently. hopefully they continue that. Keep it up. Keep up the good energy. Alien. Moon Knight, issue 1. I do not know a whole lot about Moon Knight at all. I know my brother really enjoys Moon Knight. I just know that they're coming out with a series soon, and TV series, not just a new series like this. But read it. It was alright. This one was kind of like filling in the gaps for people, what he is, like how he got his powers type thing. So it's kind of a retelling of his origin story from the perspective of a psychiatrist's couch. Which is an interesting take on it. How, instead of just doing the whole origin over and over and over again, it's just him telling a therapist, which is kind of cool. And so get you caught up on who he is and how, what he does. Overall, really good read. The artwork is really good, and I'm excited to see more. Excited to see the new series that they've got planned and read more of the comics. Apex Legends Overtime. This is only going to be a 4-issue mini run, though. The way they got this thing set up, I don't know why they would stop at 4. They could get so much more out of this. First of all, I want to talk about this cover. This is just the A cover. Done by one of my favorite cover artists, David Nakayama. Beautiful cover. He's one of my favorites. Still knocking it out of the park. This series, I've been playing the game a lot more lately. So this is definitely geared towards people who play the game and are kind of interested in the characters' stories. If you have no ties to the game, you probably don't want to read this book. But overall, it's not bad. It's not a bad story, even though it's a video game book. And not just a video game book, it's a free video game that's out there, of all things. But not a bad read if you're a fan of the game. Nottingham, issue 5. Wow. This is the end of the arc. I'm hoping they do so much more. They left it open at the end that they could continue this on. This series has been amazing. This is issue 5, so there's going to be a trade paperback coming out soon. Get this. If you like Robin Hood at all, if you want to hear a different take on the Sheriff of Nottingham, this is it. Like, he's just kind of like, he's not bad, he's not good. He's just kind of there. He's just, it's so hard to explain how he is. Maid Marian, she's not a great character, like a good person, and neither is Robin Hood. They all have their own agendas, and the sheriff is kind of just like, I'm here, I'm doing my job, I'm getting paid. Everybody's kind of a dick. Like, everybody's a dick to everybody. The sheriff gets picked on all the time by everybody, even though he knows better than everyone else. I mean, man, what a great story. And I'm super, super hoping that they do more with this, which it looks like they might, judging by the ending. Nottingham. Alright, and just a couple of back issues I picked up. I saw this one. What if Flash Thompson became Spider-Man? This isn't an old story or anything like that, but with the What If series coming up, could it be good spec? Who knows? They are doing a lot with Flash Thompson. Now that he is in Extreme Carnage, he's back with his symbiote costume. So who knows what we'll see. I thought this one was kind of cool. And I wasn't going to pick this one up, but I saw they had issue 1, and that art germ cover is pretty cool. So, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue number 1. I mean, I don't know if I'll get any more of this series because I don't know how good it is, but I might give this one a read and see if it's any good. And then lastly, Web of Venom Carnage Born number 1. I thought that cover was amazing. Apparently there is a virgin variant out there, which I can believe it. That is a fantastic cover, and that's pretty much the reason I bought it. That and it being a number 1 Donny Cates. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're reading. Should I actually finish reading Mom? I'm not going to, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave me a like. Leave me a comment. And you know what? I'll see you all next week.